In Florida, we take crime seriously, and we will not allow crime of any sort, including organized retail theft. If you commit the crime in Florida, you should plan on going to jail.
State Representative Tom Leek tells Liz Ryan about a new tough-on-crime law now in effect.
A new law took effect in Florida Tuesday. House Bill 549 cracks down on retail theft.
It enhances criminal penalties for sure, but I think the most important thing that it does is it defines organized retail theft to take into account those situations where you have groups of people organizing either over social media or otherwise going into retail establishments and stealing up to the limit of what the law will allow, so they know that they won't get prosecuted. So we've lowered that limit, we've enhanced the penalties, and we've defined organized retail theft.
Leek explains what prompted this law.
This is in direct response to the organized retail theft that you see happening in other states, for instance, California. In Florida, we won't look the other way. If you're going to engage in organized retail theft, we're going to make sure that law enforcement have the tools to arrest you, and our prosecutors have the tools to put you in jail.
This bill lowers the cap under which thieves can be punished, including porch pirates. Now, theft of property in an amount of less than $40 is a first-degree misdemeanor, and a subsequent violation or theft of property over $40 is a third-degree felony.
You're seeing this play out in some of these soft on crime states like California, where people are coming in and they know the cap on what it takes to actually be a crime that they will prosecute. And so they're stealing things up to that cap and walking out the door and no one's stopping them, and they're never getting prosecuted. Florida said, we're not going to do that. We're going to make sure law enforcement has what it needs to go and arrest you, and we're going to make sure that the prosecutors have what they need to prosecute you and put you in jail.
Leek won the Republican primary for state Senate and will face Democrat George Hill in the general election. For St. Augustine's Local Morning News, I'm Liz Ryan.
This local news is a service of your hometown Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you.
We were very fortunate that we really dodged a bullet, and our impact from Helene was minimal compared to some other counties, especially Panhandle in Florida and, of course, North Carolina.
The cleanup continues in St. Johns County after Hurricane Helene.
During Tuesday's county commissioners meeting, County Administrator Joy Andrews told the board it's still too early to report how much debris was generated by the storm.
We don't really have any data at this moment to offer to the public and to the board yet. Public Works is still actively collecting all those data, as we just had a storm and under the local state of emergency since Thursday. But I do wanted to share this, that it is our plan to ask the board to renew the state of local emergency so that we can continue to utilize our debris removal contractors if needed.
Andrews says elsewhere, local first responders are helping with recovery efforts.
Our fire rescue response team is currently at about 4 or 5 locations to provide our mutual aids. So I just want to ask the board and ask the public to be patient with our response because our response effort is going to be impeded by some of the other efforts that has to go to the most needed locations.
Andrews says they'll give the board a full report on October 15th. For St. Augustine's Local Morning News, I'm Daryl Moody.
That's a day that we're not normally open, and we are opening on Saturday specifically for voter registration.
St. Johns County Supervisor of Elections Vicki Oakes reminding you to be sure you're registered to vote because the deadline is approaching quickly.
It's election season, and there are some important dates and instructions leading up to the general election on Tuesday, November 5th.
There's an important deadline coming up. That is October the 7th. That is the last day to register to vote for the general election.
And there is an assortment of ways to register.
Now, there's many ways to register. You can go online. You can visit any public library at DMV and also your Supervisor of Elections office. If you need more information, give the office a call.
And there are some special hours you may want to know about.
On Saturday, October the 5th, our office will be open from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. to serve our voters.
To know even more, check out the elections website at votesjc.gov. For St. Augustine's Local Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
And now you're up to date with St. Augustine's Local Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.